welcome to another planty video. Today we are just going to be doing a really quick one. I quite fancied air layering a plant and thought, let me just show you what I'm doing. So that's the plan for today. Also, sorry about if you can hear talking. We're both still homesick and James is gaming. So if you want to get involved in WoW, then that's happening in the other room. But we are going to be air layering this guy. So this is my philodendron Florida. We've gone back and forth as to whether it's a podatum or not, but I am 99% sure that it is a Florida because it has the red petioles. You can kind of see them here, kind of, maybe, if I do it against the background. And they are kind of fuzzy. Well, not fuzzy, they're bumpy, but that's beside the point. We're going to be air layering. So air layering is basically a process where normally if you propagate your plant, you will find a node. So, for example, this guy, I don't know if this is going to focus. I'm going to hide. I'm going to air layer here. So normally if I was going to propagate, I would cut about here even, and then stick that in water and root, and roots would grow from this node here. But I don't really fancy doing that because I like this plant this size, so I'm going to try air layering, which is basically a process where you force roots to grow while the plant is still attached. This is going to be the first time doing it, but I thought, why not? So all you need is some sphagnum moss. So I've got some wet sphagnum moss here in these bags, and some cling film or glad wrap, I don't know what it's called, where you are in the world. I don't know if you can use non-plastic alternatives. That beeswax wrap might work, but you basically just need something to seal the moisture in. So unfortunately, cling film kind of works. And that's pretty much it. So let's get cracking. I don't know how well this is going to focus, but I'm going to try my best so you can see what we're doing. This sphagnum moss, I actually need to empty it out of something. I still haven't cleaned the studio. That's going to happen today. It's probably going to take me a while because I'm still pretty exhausted. Okay, so you can see it's quite wet. I don't know if this is too wet. I happen to have water here. It does have a paintbrush in it, but it doesn't have paint in it. I just prepared myself for working and then... Okay, yeah, that's better. Maybe... So you want it to be kind of wet, but not super wet. I think that actually might be enough. Maybe let me do another little baggie. This is going to be interesting trying to wrap this at the same time. Maybe let me get some wrap off. As you can tell, I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I think just one sheet will do. You basically ball up your wet spag and wrap it around. So this is the node I'm going for. And wrap it around node. How I'm going to do this with one hand, I'm not entirely sure. I also need to be much closer. That's better. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to be even halfway decent. People do this and they make it look so easy, and I'm just here to tell you that it's harder than it looks. And maybe don't do this for the first time on camera, and then you're going to put it on the internet. Okay, it's sort of working. I am going to need another piece though. We're losing spag at an alarming rate. Also, our cling film here is not very clingy. I've seen people who do this in the US and it just clings to itself and you're like, what kind of wizardry is this? Ew. I think our glad wrap isn't allowed to cling because it's a suffocating risk or something. I don't know. But for this, well, for anything really, it doesn't really do much, which is a bit irritating. Okay, I'm using way more than I wanted to, but this looks ridiculous. Luckily, I have some tape because this is not going to cling to itself. You better hold on until I can get this tape open because we're going to have one of those cases where I can't find the end of the tape. So you're also going to want to leave a little like access point at the top, I guess. I'm going to kind of squish this down onto itself a little bit so it looks a bit insane. How are we doing? That's not terrible. Okay, just had a little sort out from both sides. Okay, okay, so that's kind of it. It looks like some terrible thing, but if I can tilt this very large plant over to the top, so you can kind of see I've left a little hole, because you want to keep the sphagnum moss moist. And I'm actually going to tighten up a little bit more, I think, because that moisture will help promote the root growth of the node. This is not a quick thing. It's probably going to take a little bit faster than if it were in water, but it's still propagating, just happens to be on the plant. And you're going to take a little squirty bottle, or I've got little ink bottles that I use for painting, and you will probably like once a week squirt or put some water in that little hole at the top to make sure that the sphagnum moss is moist. And that's it. That's air layering. So I will do an update video on this, I don't know when, probably in a few months. We're just heading into spring now, so hopefully that will promote some good growth. But you'll kind of be able to see roots might start to like pop out the bottom and stuff. I want this bag to be quite full of roots before cutting it off. And then I'm going to put it in the pot and fill it out a bit more. But you will get an update. Hopefully I don't panic and take it off and just put it in water, because that will kind of defy the point. But I think it's going to work. But yeah, that's air layering. So if you want to give it a go, again, you just need some wet sphagnum moss and some cling film. And if you live in a country like me where the cling film doesn't cling, some tape. Cool. Well, that's it, guys. Go forth and air layer. Stay safe out there, be kind to one another, and I will see you guys for another planting video very soon. Bye, guys.